Welcome to this week's Inspiration Daily. This week we're going to be talking about the pursuit of happiness and the concept of where happiness truly begins. We'll start with two scriptures, which is John 16:33, which reads, I've said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Now these are the words of Jesus. John 14:27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. And one of the biggest goals we all have as mankind is to have peace and to seek peace and focus our life on achieving this peace or happiness within our lives. Some people strive to achieve peace and happiness through money, through relationships, through friendships, through jobs, material possessions, and many other things. The reality is that we can never achieve happiness by looking in every direction other than where it truly begins, which is within ourselves. And that only through Jesus' promises we can achieve. Take a look at your job, for example. Now, you're upset on your job, you hate your job, and you begin to focus on the things that on your job that actually makes you unhappy. You want to begin to blame your unhappiness on your circumstances, on your job. You may not like your boss. You may not be getting paid enough. You may not like your coworkers. So these things begin to build up in you, and you begin to accept the fact that this is why you're not happy. Take a look at your relationship. Many people are in search of a relationship or a significant other, or maybe they're currently in a relationship that they feel is the basis of their happiness. And so you see it oftentimes where people will put all their energy, all their efforts into a relationship, all their time and everything. And just as sure as that the relationship begins to go south and things are rocky in that relationship, they begin to lose their happiness and also lose their identity because their relationship is not where they thought it should be. And so your happiness begins to fade away with that. Now with wealth, you spend a lot of your time, many people spend a lot of their time building wealth. Wealth is only temporary. Let's understand that. Oftentimes you strive to achieve this forever reaching goal of financial stability or wealthiness, or some people just want to be rich. And so the idea is that if I achieve this level of wealth, I will be happy. And I tell you that is a faulty way of thinking, because you can take a look at the many different celebrities, singers, songwriters who fallen victims to drugs, fallen victims to alcohol usage, fallen victims to suicide, depression. Now, they have all the things that money can buy. They have all the money to take care of their problems and bills or whatever. But the reality of it is they still struggle with the concept of happiness because it does not begin with wealth. Now, let's take a look at possessions. Now, material possessions fade away. They get old, they break, they become obsolete. There's many things you probably have in your house right now that you once thought was the best thing in the world. There was this car that you once had, and now it's old and you don't even think about it anymore. But when you first got it, you knew it made you happy. As the years fade away, so does a temporary distraction. This is a distraction from what we're trying to achieve, such as happiness. And it's a distraction from the reality that happiness does not start from material possessions, but within ourselves. All these things that I just named, they do nothing but enhance. They are not the root of happiness, or not the root of life. Now, our focus today is this. As we deal with the outside world, as we deal with the concept of happiness and peace, we have to realize that it's spiritual. It's always spiritual. And the outside world should not affect the spiritual man. So we have to search for happiness within. Through the creation of peace within yourself, the things that typically bother you or stunt your happiness will no longer bother you because you have achieved happiness. The person that always gets under your skin, the financial issues that you're having, the lack of health that may be going on in your life right now, the struggle, the many different struggles, they won't bother you so much because you have achieved happiness at a spiritual level. Now, life is full of imperfections, but life is also about perception. And our perception and how we look at circumstances is what separates happy people from miserable people and the unhappy. In the end, there are only two people that you can count on when you're at your lowest and when you need something. That's you and God. So you begin to focus on those two things. The outside world will no longer affect the spiritual being, cannot affect your happiness. I hope this message has blessed you. Thank you, and you have a blessed week.